Hello, everyone, and welcome to Simple English Daily, your podcast for learning real, practical English through everyday conversations. I'm Tom, and I'm so excited to have you here today. This podcast is designed for comprehensive English learning. Whether you're a beginner or intermediate learner, you'll find something valuable in each episode. How to use this podcast effectively. First, listen to each conversation all the way through. Don't worry if you don't understand everything, just try to get the main idea. Second, after the conversation, I'll explain important vocabulary, useful phrases, and grammar points. Take notes during this part. Third, listen to the conversation again. You'll be surprised how much more you understand the second time. And finally, try to practice the conversations yourself. Repeat the phrases out loud. This will help improve your pronunciation and confidence. Remember, learning English is a journey. Be patient with yourself and practice a little bit every day. Today, we have 4 realistic scenarios for you: ordering at a coffee shop, visiting the doctor, shopping at a grocery store, and making plans with a friend. Are you ready? Let's begin. Our first scenario takes place at a coffee shop. Sarah is a customer and Mike is the barista. Let's listen.
Good morning. Welcome to Sunrise Cafe. What can I get for you today?
Good morning. I'd like a cappuccino, please. Do you have any dairy-free milk options?
Yes, we have almond milk, oat milk, and soy milk. Which would you prefer?
Oat milk sounds good. Can I also get a blueberry muffin?
Of course! Would you like your cappuccino for here or to go?
For here, please. How much is everything?
That'll be $8.50 altogether.
Here you go.
Perfect. Your order will be ready in just a few minutes. Please have a seat and I'll bring it to your table.
Thank you so much.
Here's your cappuccino with oat milk and your blueberry muffin.
This looks delicious. By the way, do you have Wi-Fi here?
Yes, we do. The password is Sunrise Cafe 2025, all one word, with a capital S and C.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome. Enjoy your coffee.
Wonderful. Now, let's go through this conversation together, and I'll teach you everything you need to know to order confidently at any coffee shop. First, let's talk about how to start. When you walk into a shop, you want to be polite and friendly. A simple good morning or hello works perfectly. Did you notice what Mike said? He said, "Welcome to Sunrise Cafe." This is how employees greet customers in a warm, professional way. You don't need to say this as a customer. Just listen for it and smile. Now, the most important part, how to order what you want. Sarah said, "I'd like a cappuccino, please." Let me explain this carefully. I'd like is actually short for I would like. This is one of the most common and polite ways to order anything in English. Say it with me. I'd like a coffee, please. I'd like a sandwich, please. Easy, right? If you want to sound a bit more casual, you can also say, "Can I have a coffee?" or "Could I get a sandwich?" All of these are perfectly fine. Here's something really useful: asking questions when you're ordering. Sarah asked, Do you have any dairy-free milk options? Let me break this down for you. Dairy-free means without milk from animals, so no cow's milk. Options simply means choices. So she's asking, what choices do I have? Notice that she used the word any in her question. In English, we usually use any when we're asking questions about options or choices. For example, do you have any vegetarian meals? Or do you have any window seats? Let me teach you some important words from this conversation. When Mike asked, for here or to go, he's asking, will you eat here in the cafe or will you take it away with you? This is a very common question. If you want to stay and drink your coffee in the cafe, say, for here, please. If you want to take it with you, say, to go, please. Simple. Another word you heard was altogether. When Mike said that'll be $8.50 altogether, he means the total price for everything. You can also ask, how much is everything? Or what's the total? These all mean the same thing. Now, let me teach you a very useful phrase. Did you hear Sarah say, by the way? She said, by the way, do you have Wi-Fi here? We use by the way when we want to ask something new or change the topic slightly. It's like saying, oh, I just remembered, or while I'm here. For example, you could say, by the way, where's the bathroom? Or, by the way, what time do you close? This makes your English sound very natural. One more grammar lesson before we move on. Mike said, your order will be ready in just a few minutes. The word will here shows that something is going to happen in the future. And in a few minutes means very soon, maybe 2, 3, or 5 minutes. When someone says in a few minutes, it means you don't have to wait long. So let me give you homework right now. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine you're walking into your favorite coffee shop. What would you order? Now, practice saying it out loud. I'd like a. Go ahead. Say it. The more you practice speaking, even when you're alone, the easier it becomes when you're in a real situation. Remember, ordering at a coffee shop doesn't have to be scary. You just need a few key phrases, and you'll sound confident and natural. Let's move on to our next scenario. Now, let's move to a more serious situation. Visiting the doctor. Tom isn't feeling well, and he's talking to Dr. Chen. This is important vocabulary to know. Let's listen.
Hello, Tom. Please come in and have a seat. What brings you here today?
Hi, Dr. Chen. I've been having a really bad headache for the past 3 days, and I'm also feeling tired all the time.
I see. Can you describe the headache? Is it on one side of your head or both sides?
It's mostly on the right side, near my temple.
And on a scale of 1 to 10, how bad is the pain?
I'd say about a 7. It's pretty uncomfortable.
Have you taken any medication for it?
Yes, I took some ibuprofen yesterday, but it didn't help much.
Okay. Have you been under a lot of stress lately? Or have you changed your sleeping schedule?
Actually, yes. I've been working late nights on a big project. I'm only getting about 4 or 5 hours of sleep.
that could definitely be contributing to your headaches. Lack of sleep and stress are common triggers. Let me check your blood pressure. Your blood pressure is a bit high. I recommend getting more rest. Aim for at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep each night. I'm also going to prescribe you some medication for the headaches.
Should I be worried about anything serious?
I don't think it's anything serious. But if the headaches don't improve in a week, please come back and we'll run some tests.
Okay. Thank you, doctor.
You're welcome. Take care of yourself and try to reduce your stress. Here's your prescription.
Thank you. Have a good day.
All right, this conversation is really important because visiting a doctor in a foreign language can feel scary. But don't worry, I'm going to teach you exactly what you need to know. Let's start with how the conversation begins. Dr. Chen said, "What brings you here today?" Now, this might sound a bit strange if you translate it directly to your language, but in English, this is a very common way that doctors ask, "Why are you here?" or "What's the problem?" So when you hear, "What brings you here today?" you should explain your symptoms, the problems you're feeling in your body. Tom did this really well. He said, "I've been having a really bad headache for the past 3 days." Let me explain this sentence carefully because it uses an important grammar structure. I've been having is present perfect continuous tense. I know that sounds complicated, but here's what it means. The problem started in the past, 3 days ago, and it's still continuing now, today. When you want to talk about health problems that have continued for some time, use this pattern. I've been having stomach pain, or I've been feeling dizzy. This tells the doctor that it's not just happening right now, it's been going on for a while. Now, let me teach you how to describe pain to a doctor. The doctor asked Tom, "Can you describe the headache? Is it on one side of your head or both sides?" When you have pain, doctors need to know exactly where it is. Tom said, "It's mostly on the right side, near my temple." Your temple is the flat area on the side of your head, between your eye and your ear. You can point to it when you speak if you're not sure of the word. It's okay to use your hands to show the doctor where it hurts. Here's something doctors ask all the time. On a scale of 1 to 10, how bad is the pain? This means if 1 is very small pain and 10 is the worst pain you can imagine, what number is your pain? Tom said, "About a 7. Practice this. The pain is about a 5, or it's about an 8. This helps doctors understand how much you're suffering. Let me teach you some important medical words. Medication simply means medicine. The pills or liquid you take when you're sick. Tom said, "I took some ibuprofen yesterday, but it didn't help much." The phrase, "it didn't help much," means it wasn't effective, it didn't make the pain better. You can use this for anything. "I tried sleeping early, but it didn't help much." The doctor asked Tom, "Have you been under a lot of stress lately?" The phrase under stress means feeling pressure, feeling worried, or feeling like you have too many problems. You can say, "I've been under stress at work," or "I'm under stress because of exams." It's a very common expression. Another phrase the doctor used was lack of sleep. Lack of means not enough of. So, lack of sleep means not getting enough sleep, You could also say lack of exercise or lack of water. It means you need more of something. Now, let me explain something about the grammar. The doctor asked, "Have you taken any medication?" And "Have you been under stress?" These questions use present perfect tense because the doctor wants to know about the recent past, what happened between before and now. In medical conversations, we use this tense a lot. The doctor said, "That could definitely be contributing to your headaches." Contributing to means causing or making worse. So stress and lack of sleep are making the headaches happen or making them worse. Here's something important about culture. In English-speaking countries, doctors ask about your lifestyle, how much you sleep, if you're stressed, what you eat, if you exercise. This is completely normal. They're not being nosy. They're trying to understand the full picture of your health. So always answer these questions honestly. At the end, the doctor said, "Take care of yourself." This is a kind, caring way to say goodbye. It means, "Please look after your health." Let me give you some phrases to practice. Say these out loud. I have a headache. I feel tired. My stomach hurts. I've been coughing for 2 days. Practice describing how you feel because this will help you if you ever need to see a doctor in English. Shopping for groceries is something we all do. Let's hear Emma asking for help at the supermarket. Kevin is the store employee. Shopping for groceries is something you'll do all the time, so let's make sure you feel confident asking for help in English.
Excuse me, could you help me find something?
Of course. What are you looking for?
I need olive oil, but I can't seem to find it.
Olive oil is in aisle 7, near the pasta and sauces. Follow me. I'll show you.
Thank you so much. I'm new to this neighborhood, so I'm still learning where everything is.
No problem at all. Are you finding everything else okay?
Actually, do you have any fresh basil? I'm making pasta tonight.
Yes. Fresh herbs are in the produce section, right next to the lettuce and spinach.
Perfect! One more question. Do you sell reusable shopping bags?
We do. They're right at the checkout counters. They're $2 each.
Great, I'll grab one. Thanks for all your help.
You're very welcome. If you need anything else, just let me know. Enjoy your meal tonight.
Thank you, I will.
The first thing Emma did was get someone's attention politely. She said, "Excuse me, could you help me find something?" This is perfect. Let me teach you why this works so well. First, excuse me is the polite way to interrupt someone or get their attention. Never just start talking without saying, "Excuse me," first. It's considered rude. Then she used could you, which is very polite. Could you is more polite than can you. So, when you want to be extra polite with strangers, use could you help me or could you show me. But let me give you some other options too. You could also say, "Excuse me, where can I find the olive oil?" Or, "Excuse me, do you know where the bread is?" All of these are polite and natural. Practice saying them out loud right now. Emma said, "I need olive oil, but I can't seem to find it." This phrase, "I can't seem to find it," is very natural English. It means, I'm trying to find it, but I cannot. The word seem here makes it sound softer and more polite than just saying, I can't find it. You can use this pattern for many situations. I can't seem to open this jar, or I can't seem to understand this word. Now, let me teach you some important shopping vocabulary. Kevin said, olive oil is in aisle 7. An aisle, let me spell that for you. AISLE is the long row between the shelves in a supermarket. Every aisle has a number, so the store can help you find things easily. For example, cereal is in aisle 3, or the rice is in aisle 5. Remember to say in aisle, not on aisle. This is important. Kevin also mentioned the produce section. Produce is a special word that means fresh fruits and vegetables. So the produce section is where you find lettuce, tomatoes, apples, bananas, all the fresh things. In some countries, people say the vegetable section, but in English, we usually say produce section. Here's another important place in the store: the checkout counter. This is where you pay for your groceries. Checkout means the place where you check out, where you finish shopping and pay. You might also hear people say the register or the till. These all mean the same place. Let me teach you a really useful word: reusable. Emma asked, do you sell reusable shopping bags? Reusable means you can use it again and again, not just one time. So a reusable bag is better for the environment than a plastic bag you throw away. You might also hear reusable water bottle or reusable container. Notice how friendly Emma was. She said, thank you so much, and thanks for all your help. When someone helps you in a store, always say thank you. It's polite and people appreciate it. Kevin responded, you're very welcome. This is a warm, friendly way to say you're welcome. You can also just say you're welcome or no problem or my pleasure. All of these are fine. Emma also shared some personal information. She said, I'm new to this neighborhood, so I'm still learning where everything is. This is a nice way to explain why you need help. It makes the conversation more friendly and human. You don't have to say this, but it can help people understand why you're asking questions. Let me point out a grammar structure. Emma said, I'm making pasta tonight. Did you notice she used I'm making, that's present continuous tense, to talk about the future? In English, we often use present continuous for definite plans that we've already decided. So you can say, I'm meeting my friend tomorrow, or I'm cooking dinner tonight. It shows that you've already made the plan. Here's something important about culture. In most English-speaking countries, store employees are trained to be very helpful and friendly. Don't feel shy or embarrassed to ask them questions. That's their job, and they're usually very happy to help you. In fact, they might even walk with you to show you where something is, just like Kevin did. Let me give you some practice sentences. Say these out loud. Excuse me, where can I find the milk? Do you have any fresh tomatoes? Where is the checkout? The more you practice, the easier it becomes when you're actually in the store. Our final scenario is a casual conversation between friends. Alex and Jamie are making weekend plans. Notice how the language is more relaxed and informal.
Hey, Jamie. Are you free this weekend?
Hi, Alex. Let me check. Yeah, I'm free on Saturday. Why? What's up?
I was thinking we could go hiking at Blue Mountain. The weather is supposed to be really nice.
That sounds fun. What time were you thinking?
How about we meet at 9 a.m.? That way we can start early and avoid the crowds.
9 a.m. works for me. Should I bring anything?
Just bring water, snacks, and wear comfortable shoes. I'll bring a picnic lunch for us.
Awesome! Should we invite anyone else?
I already asked Maria, but she has a family event. It'll just be the two of us.
Sounds good. Do you want to meet at the trailhead or should I pick you up?
The trailhead is easier. I'll text you the address.
Perfect! I'm looking forward to it.
Me too. It's been a while since we hung out. See you Saturday.
See you then.
Okay, this last scenario is my favorite because this is how friends really talk in English. The language here is much more casual and relaxed, so pay attention to the difference. Let's start with how Alex began the conversation. He said, "Hey, Jamie." Notice he didn't say, "Hello, Jamie." He said, "Hey." The word hey is very casual and friendly. You only use it with people you know well, friends, family, classmates. Never say hey to your boss, a teacher, or someone you just met. With friends, hey is perfect and very natural. Then Alex asked, "Are you free this weekend?" This is the most common way to start making plans. Are you free means do you have time or are you available? You can use this for any time. Are you free tomorrow? Are you free on Friday evening? Are you free next week? This is much more natural than saying, "Do you have time this weekend?" Although that's not wrong, "Are you free?" sounds more like how native speakers talk. Jamie responded, "Let me check." This is so natural. Even if you already know you're free, people often say, "Let me check." It sounds polite and not too eager. Then Jamie said, "Why? What's up?" The phrase, "What's up?" here means, "What's happening?" or "What are you thinking?" or "What's the plan?" This is very casual. With friends, "What's up?" is one of the most common questions in English. Now, here's how to make suggestions with friends. Alex said, "I was thinking we could go hiking." The phrase, "I was thinking we could," is a gentle way to suggest an idea. It's not demanding or pushy. You're sharing an idea and seeing if your friend likes it. Try this pattern. "I was thinking we could watch a movie," or "I was thinking we could get dinner together." This is friendly and casual. When Jamie heard the idea, he said, "That sounds fun." This is the perfect positive response. "That sounds fun" means, "I like that idea." You can also say, "That sounds great," or "That sounds good," or just "sounds fun." They all work. If you don't like the idea, you can say, "Actually, I'm not really in the mood for hiking," or "Can we do something else?" Alex asked, "What time were you thinking?" Notice he didn't ask, "What time do you want to meet?" He asked, "What time were you thinking?" This is more casual and conversational. Then he made a suggestion. How about we meet at 9 a.m.? The phrase, how about, is perfect for making suggestions with friends. How about we meet at the park? How about we order pizza? How about Tuesday? Practice this phrase. You'll use it all the time. Here's a really useful phrase that Jamie used. 9 a.m. works for me. In English, when a time or plan is good for you, we say it works for me. For example, Tuesday works for me, or that restaurant works for me, or either option works for me. This is much more natural than saying 9 a.m. is good for me, although that's okay too. Jamie asked, should I bring anything? This is polite and thoughtful. When you're making plans with friends, it's nice to ask if you can bring something or help in some way. You could ask, should I bring drinks? Or, should I bring a dessert? Alex responded by saying, just bring water, snacks, and wear comfortable shoes. Notice he said just bring. The word just makes it sound simple and not like a big deal. Let me teach you another phrase. Alex said, I'll bring a picnic lunch for us. The contraction, I'll means I will. In casual conversation, we almost always use contractions. I'll text you means I will text you. I'll call you later means I will call you later. Native speakers use contractions all the time in casual speech. It sounds more natural and friendly. Jamie said, I'm looking forward to it. This is a wonderful phrase. That means I'm excited about it, or I can't wait for it. We say looking forward to, not looking forward for. Remember the preposition to. You can say, I'm looking forward to the party, or I'm looking forward to seeing you. This shows enthusiasm and positive feeling. At the end, Alex said, it's been a while since we hung out. This means it's been a long time since we spent time together. Hung out is very casual English for spending time with friends, just relaxing and enjoying each other's company. You can say, let's hang out this weekend, or I hung out with my friends yesterday. This is friend language. Don't use it in professional situations. Let me point out the difference between formal and informal. Notice that with friends, they use contractions, casual words like hey and what's up, and relaxed grammar. But remember, in the coffee shop, grocery store, and doctor's office, the language was more polite and formal. As you learn English, you need to understand when to be casual and when to be polite. With friends and family, casual. With strangers, employees, doctors, teachers, more polite. Here's your homework. Think about a friend you want to make plans with. Practice saying, hey, are you free this weekend? I was thinking we could. And then add your idea. Say it out loud. Practicing helps your mouth get used to making these sounds and using these phrases naturally. And that's it for today's episode of Simple English Daily. Let's do a quick review of what we learned. Scenario 1, coffee shop. We learned how to order politely using I'd like, how to ask questions about options, and common cafe vocabulary. Scenario 2, doctor's office. We practiced describing symptoms, learned important medical vocabulary, and how to talk about pain and health problems. Scenario 3. Grocery store. We learned how to ask for help in a store, important shopping vocabulary like aisle and checkout, and how to be polite with employees. Scenario 4. Making plans. We heard natural, casual English between friends and learned how to make suggestions and arrangements. Your homework. This week, try to practice one of these conversations. You can practice alone in front of a mirror or with a friend. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. That's how we learn. Listen to this episode again tomorrow. I promise you'll understand even more the second time. Remember, listen actively. Take notes on new vocabulary. Practice speaking out loud. Be patient with yourself. Practice every day, even just for 10 minutes. Thank you so much for listening to Simple English Daily. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with your friends who are learning English. I'll see you in the next episode where we'll explore more real-life English conversations. Until then, keep practicing, keep learning, and remember, every conversation is a chance to improve. This is Simple English Daily. Happy learning, everyone!